Good evening and thank you for joining me. Breaking news, everybody. Dorian has become a Category 5 hurricane with new data in from the aircraft reconnaissance. We now have winds of up to 150 knots, approaching 150 knots right here, guys. We have a Category 5 hurricane now. Dorian has become a Category 5 now. New model guidance shows that Dorian will not hit Florida, but it's very close. This is going to be a very close call for Florida. Basically, it's going to go up the coast and hit potentially South and North Carolina before going out to sea as it gets pulled out by a storm system. It's already less than 300 miles from Florida, or about 300 miles. And new computer guidance show it going up the Florida coast and then potential impacting the southeast. So let's look at new data if it's come in. Let's check. They're still saying it's a Category 4. That's old data, but new data likely shows it become a 5. This is as of the 8 p.m. advisory. The new 11 p.m. advisory will show it as 175 miles an hour. Because here are the winds right here. That is 150 knots, guys. This is Category 5 strength. Category 5 strength. Let's look at 145 knots, 2 miles per hour. That is 166 miles an hour. I don't know if they're going to use the 150 knot reading or the 100 and or the 140 knot reading. But either way, we have a Category 5 now. There's no way to deny this. We now have a Cat 5. Dorian has become a Category 5 hurricane, guys. As new recon data shows, right there, 150 knot reading. And this new reading is not even from the right front quadrant. So this is really impressive, guys. In fact, the latest guidance actually, no. I think they finished with this mission. See, they're flying away now. Yep, they finished with their current mission and now they're returning back to base. There's another mission that just took place. Not the right front quadrant, but right front quadrant. Yep, Category 5 wins in there. Just waiting for the National Hurricane Center to confirm that. Guys, Dorian has become a Category 5 and the 11 p.m. advisory will reflect this. I mean, not a surprise. I mean, look at that perfectly symmetrical eye. This is incredible. And the good news is right now that it seems that Florida will not be hit by the storm. So Florida looks to be spared. But the Bahamas, unfortunately, do not look to be spared. In fact, those two islands are going to be slammed by this hurricane. Basically what will happen is it will go out to sea like this. Maybe even sharper, something like that. This is basically going to pull a Matthew, where it will go out to sea. Just gonna make sure I mute that already. And I'm just gonna Alrighty. Yeah. Everyone wants to upgrade this storm, and I agree. Yeah, the National Hurricane Center definitely needs to upgrade this. They need to upgrade this now, because I mean maybe they're deciding not to, so it won't spread a panic. But it is a Category 5. Maybe they just didn't decide to upgrade because those were gusts, but trust me, no. Those were sustained winds at 150 knots, not miles per hour. Those are knots. 150 knots is a Category 5. Even 140 knots is a Category 5. And look at that. Hold on, let me show you what I mean. That is not Category 4 wind. That's 5 right there. That's over 140 knots. You see this right here? Right there. Surface wind. You're on line. 140 knots. And look at the pressure. Already down to 937. And look at that. Only 3 passes. 941, 940, 937. It is rapidly intensifying, guys. And this is the latest path, which didn't even take it through the right front quadrant. I mean, look at this. It was passing southwest and northeast. And I think they're leaving now. Let's go to mission 26. Yeah, that mission is done. Mission 25. Let's go to mission 24. Upper level drops on. They're basically trying to look up the upper level patterns here. Alrighty. Yeah, Dorian is a Category 5. In fact, if you look very closely, you could actually see vortices inside the eye. There's an eye wall vortices, or eye vortices. Let's look at visible shortwave. Alrighty, let's wait for it to load. Dorian is unofficially a Category 5 now. Just waiting for the latest advisory to come in. Let's see if the National Hurricane Center has updated Dorian to a Cat 5 strength. Nope. They still have not updated Dorian to a Category 5. What the heck? You're having Cat 5 winds but yet you're not upgrading the hurricane to Category 5 strength? Seriously. That's Oh, God. Dorian is a Category 5, guys. Like, doesn't matter what the... I'm looking right now at aircraft reconnaissance. Dorian is a Category 5. Look at that right there. 140 knot winds. That is 160 miles an hour. I mean, Floyd became... I mean, look at that right here. You see the 155 knot marker? Well over 140 knots. Well over. And look at that, approaching 150 knots. Let's go back to knots and miles an hour again, guys. Let's just go down to 140. 161. Let's go down to 135, 155. Okay. And where's that 135? Oh, yeah. Huh. Draw a line right through 135. And it goes well, and that surface winds go well above 135. So, don't tell me it's not a Cat 5, because it is. It is a Category 5 through and through. And these islands are going to get devastated by Cat 5 winds and devastating storm surge. Guys, if you're living right now on those islands of... Just look up the name of those islands. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a disaster. If you're living on Great Abaco Island, jeez, right on Great Abaco, and Grand Bahama, you guys need to evacuate. You need to get the heck out of there right now. This will slam the north side of Great Abaco, and the northern portions of Grand Bahama Island are going to get slammed by this. Jeez. Cooperstown, Crown Haven will be devastated by this, and there's going to be a lot of flooding here. I would not be surprised if the ocean meets the other side. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think the pressure above. No, it won't hit Florida directly, but it will make a right-hand turn and head up the coast. Guys, Dorian's a Cat 5 now. I mean, it doesn't matter what the advisory says, because here's the thing. Looking at aircraft recon data, winds are above 140 knots, and 135 knots is the threshold between a Cat 4 and a Cat 5. Actually, 136 knots is. And look at that. Right near over 140 knots. And 140 knots is already Cat 5 territory. Because look at that, 155 knots is here. And look, right there. Great Abaco and Grand Bahama. Great Abaco. Yeah, the islands of Great Abaco and these two towns, like Cooperstown, Crown Haven, High Rock, and Freeport, will be absolutely devastated by this storm, and especially if it stalls here. Some of the models are suggesting. If you live in Atlantic Canada, I'll be very worried because basically it's going to stall here. It's going to come up the coast, skirt North and South Carolina, possibly bring devastating impact to South Carolina if it comes ashore, and then we'll head out to sea and then impact potentially Nova Scotia and Newfoundland right here. No, Orlando will not be hit. In fact, only coastal Florida, the coast will have some significant beach erosion, but it will not come very close to Florida. The closest it might get is maybe around here, but it will not come ashore, guys. It will not come ashore, but doesn't matter. There's going to be the beach impact will be so bad that if you live on beachfront properties, I would evacuate just to be safe. And right now, most of the models are taking the storm up and off the coast. And there is a chance, not a big one, but a slight chance that it may not even hit the United States. And we may breathe a sigh of relief, but here's the thing. I would not count on it because hurricanes are unpredictable. If that trough that's supposed to kick Dorian out is a little too fast or too slow, it could make landfall and devastate the southeast. Absolutely devastate. Because look at this. This is stronger than Floyd. This is a monster right now. This is an absolute monster of a storm. Whether it impacts Florida or not, it really doesn't matter because it will be so devastating for Great Abaco and Grand Bahama. It's just going to destroy the livelihoods of those people there. I really hope it does not make it there. I'm praying that it doesn't, guys. And if you can, please join me in prayer, so those islands will be spared. Because I'm really, really devastated by what this hurricane will do to those islands. Or I hope if it stalls, it's just going to stall here and then go up, because I do not want those islands to be hit. They're not prepared for something like this. I mean, even if they are, those are low-lying islands that will be absolutely washed over. It's going to cause so much destruction there, guys. It's really heartbreaking, to think about a storm like this. It's just heartbreaking. This whole area is going to be devastated. Sorry guys, I just had to take a phone call. Yeah, this is, winds is just going to be one impact. What about the storm surge, guys? These islands are very low lying. These islands are between 0 and only 10 feet above sea level, and maybe 20 feet in some areas, but Look at the satellite imagery. Look how low-lying these islands are. There's hardly any hills. These islands are basically coral reefs. These islands are sitting on top of coral reefs. I think that, yeah, they're making a turn back into the storm, I think. The chance of it going into Florida are now slim to none. All of the models have shown it going up the coast now. Look at the latest track now. You see the storm's going to stay out to sea, and then it's going to basically go up and then off the coast like this. And I don't even think it's going to go into the mid-Atlantic. I think it's basically going to just curve out like this. It may come close to Florida, but I don't expect a landfall. In fact, Florida is only under tropical storm watch because now they're realizing that landfall is next to impossible now, which is a good thing. They may issue hurricane watches for the coast, but I'm not expecting a landfall. Not in Florida, at least. Maybe along the Carolinas. Let's look at the latest guidance. I mean, look at this. See? Up and then off the coast. Look at that. Look at all the models showing it going out to sea. See this, guys? Looks like nobody may be hit from this. This may be a good thing for the United States, but for Grand Bahama and Great Abaco Island, this is going to be a horrible disaster. Yes, the model you're talking about is HWRF. That's the model you're talking about. And right now, even this storm no longer has impact on Florida. But here's what it does. Here's Great Abaco Island and Grand Bahama. Right on top of those two islands. Well, mostly Great Abaco. Looks like Grand Bahama may escape the worst of it, but then here's what's going to happen. Here's Florida. Does not make landfall in Florida. In fact, it comes close, giving some tropical storm force winds, and then it's going to head up the coast. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, this model does have impact, but here's the thing. I do not trust this model because it's always off of the track. This model is very unreliable, guys, so let's look at 12Z. Let's look at the models very carefully. Here's what it's going to do very likely, though. This is a very likely scenario. It's going to come ashore South Carolina, and then will sharply turn northeast and east-northeast. See, just like that. And then we'll head out to sea. Let's look at the GFS now. Another very reliable model. It brings the edge of hurricane force winds into the Titusville area, but Orlando has winds at most maybe 15 to 20 miles an hour. So no real effects for the Orlando area, but then guess what it's going to do? it's going to stay off the coast. It's not really going to impact anybody. So it's going to become a big windstorm. It's going to become very wide and bring some winds at about 15 to 20 miles an hour for the coast. And then it will bring some gusty winds to coastal areas of Massachusetts, but then it will slam Newfoundland right there. See, Newfoundland's going to get a pretty big storm. And let's look at the European ensembles. All of them have the storm going out to sea. The ensembles are basically an average of where the storm is going to be. So this is where the ensembles, which means the average of all the model runs from the Euro, have the storm being. See, right before hitting Florida, it's over Great Abaco, supposedly in 48 hours, which is going to be Monday. So Monday is gonna, look at that. In only 2 days, it's gonna devastate Great Abaco and Grand Bahama. And then it's gonna head north, and then the next day turn northeast, and then go out to sea. So you can see where the storm's going to be. It's going to basically head out to sea, guys. So yeah, I mean, most of the models are pretty clustered in this general area. So it's going to basically head up the coast and then go out to sea. Why it's going to go out to sea? You want to know? This system is basically why we have to give thanks. Because it's going to force Dorian to not hit the United States. Well, here's the thing about Andrew. Andrew was very predictable. It was forecasted to hit South Florida and go into the Gulf and then go into Louisiana. That was expected. Katrina was actually kind of unexpected. Katrina went south and then went to the Gulf. Whereas it was expected to go into Florida and then go north. Katrina completely sideswiped everybody. It blindsided everyone. Now let's look at the Canadian, the 12Z Canadian. The 12Z Canadian brings it really close to Florida, and then also brings it off the coast. Yes, actually, I think this will be like Joaquin. Actually, Joaquin happened in 2016, but yes, I think it has the potential to do just what Joaquin did, and basically go out to sea and not impact anybody. I mean, it will come close. Joaquin completely went out to sea, but I think this one will come close before going out to sea. So I think South Carolina, North Carolina will see hurricane force winds before it jets out to sea. Looking at the NAM, that's the system that's supposed to kick Dorian out to sea. The error is that system. I mean, if it's going to be further north, then it will go north. It will take longer for it to be kicked out to sea. But the further south it is, the quicker it will be kicked out to sea, because it will have less time before it curves out. You see this right here? That's a cold front that's going to kick Dorian out to sea. Most models indicate that after the stall over Great Abaco and Grand Bahama, it will head north and then out to sea. Very few models, almost none of them bring it into Florida now. I mean, that could change, but right now it looks like Florida's going to escape the worst. Yeah, Monday should be the time. Let's look at Monday. And basically, yeah, I'll just see, guys. Oh. Oops. Yeah, let me maximize this now. But then I can't see the chat. Well, let me try to fix that, guys. I'll have to maximize the chat. Let's see what NAM 3KM does. Wow, brings it as a borderline Cat 4, Cat 5 right into Grand Abaco. Actually, Cat 5. Oh, geez, and strengthens. Geez, 925. Yep. No, man, 908. Yeah, that's a strong Category 5. Holy crap, guys. And if the models change and Dorian does not go out to sea, this is going to be a disaster. Let's look at the models now. Only a couple of them, maybe one or two, take Dorian up the coast. Almost all of them, out to sea, harmlessly. Bring it close enough to bring some effects to the coast, but then out to sea. But Great Abaco and Grand Bahama will be devastated. This is not going to be, you know, good. This will be a horrible storm for them, guys. This may be the worst hurricane they've ever seen in their lifetimes for them. Floyd was a Category 4 when it hit, and Floyd was moving fast. Floyd was just in and out. But the thing is, this storm is going to stall right near them, potentially over them, guys. Let's look at simulated infrared satellite right now. Of course, the cloud shield will be huge, but the storm is going to be very concentrated. So Florida is not going to get so much of a storm from this. Right over Great Abaco. I mean, oh God. This storm is much stronger than what it appears on the NAM 3KM. This is what already it looks like, so. So that's a system that's supposed to kick Dorian out. But There's some shear, guys. See? So, let's see. Alrighty. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Okay. Let me actually go to live streaming and see how it looks. Yep. See what you mean. Looks like it needs to be moved down a little, just a tiny bit more. Alrighty. The GFS should be coming out soon. Yep, finished. Dorian mission 26 is finished. 25 is considered in storm right now, and it looks like they may be doing another pass. And this one may be going into the right front quadrant. They just had a gust of 55 knots. I don't know when that happened, but they're outside of the cloud periphery of the hurricane, but they're already having subtropical to tropical storm force winds, or tropical depression to tropical storm force winds. There's a tropical storm gust there, tropical storm gust there. Strong, and even some hurricane force winds, even well outside the eye wall. So hurricane force winds are extending out pretty far from the storm. Looks like the eye is moved a little bit more north. This is heading right towards Great Abaco and Grand Bahama. So this is just unbelievable. There's even winds outside of the cloud periphery. The system is so powerful right now. General motion is west to slightly, like west-northwest, west to west-northwest. So it's not perfectly west. There's a little bit of a slightly northerly component to it. And there is a slightly jagged look to the eye right there. Right there. You see that little... Yeah. Could be that eye wall replacement cycle. It could be forming. There is a chance of that. And if there is an eye wall replacement cycle, the pressures will go up and the winds will go down, back down to Category 4 levels. But winds right now are actually at Category 5 strength. Just for your information, guys. It is at Category 5 strength, but the National Hurricane Center has not confirmed that yet. But they may have to at the 2 a.m. advisory. No, it will not make landfall in Florida. It will stall over the Bahamas and then go up the coast. Similar to what a lot of hurricanes have actually done. There are a lot of storms that actually stalled over the Bahamas and went up the coast. Hurricane Gloria was actually such a storm. Formed over the Bahamas. Show you the track of Hurricane Gloria. It formed in the Bahamas, and actually no, it went over the Bahamas, not stalled, my bad. I was thinking of Bob in 1991. Formed over the Bahamas. That was Bob. Bob actually formed in the Bahamas and then went up the coast. He formed right near the Bahamas and then just went up the coast. Wow, Bob produced quite a bit of rain in New York. Look at that, about 3 to 5 inches of rain. Actually, 950 millibars is actually about Category 5, Category 4 strength. Oh, actually, Hurricane Bob originated from the remnants of a frontal trough, so not from a Cape Verde storm. Isn't that interesting? Wow. So, let me lower the volume of that. Alrighty. Yeah, that's my roommate. He's sleeping. Yeah, I don't live by myself. I actually live with roommates, so that can be a little bit of a hassle. Just some thunderstorms. Monday, so nothing too crazy, just a couple rumblers. There's Dorian spinning south of this view. And there's the eye wall. See, that's because that's where there's a lot of helicity. And tornadoes can occur on the northeast side of the eye wall, or in the northeast part of the eye wall. Because let's look at significant tornado parameters. And yep, look at that. Very high significant tornado parameters and updraft helicity swaths. Yep. Eye walls can produce tornadoes. Eye wall tornado. Yep. Let's watch a video from Hurricane Marco.
Whoa!
That's eye wall right there.
Alright. Whoa!
There's a little tornado that hit with the eye wall.
I think I just got a tornado that just went by. The wind, not the water, the wind. It's whipping hard. Alright. Whoa!
I don't know if that was a tornado or maybe one of those eye wall vortices. Eye wall. Yep. Tornado-scale vortices in the intense tropical cyclone eye wall have been speculated upon for more than 2 decades. But their horizontal scale, their fast movement, and the associated severe turbulence make them very difficult to observe directly, except for the case of Hurricane Hugo in the Atlantic Basin. Look at that. And the inner edge of the intense eye wall convection. crazy? Yep. Let's look at the euro, actually. I've not really been paying attention to anything coming off of Africa right now. All my attention has been directed towards Dorian. Let's look at regions. And I'm not honestly concerned about Africa because earlier the models were hinting that it's gonna go out into the open Atlantic. Yeah, see? Oh yeah, that could be a concern, but that's way far out. If anything's changed, nope. Still the same. Let's see. Where was it? History. So look at new aircraft reconnaissance data. Storm. It looks like they're going to go south and then try to cross the eye wall, and that will see how strong those winds are now. No Randos. I'm right now. I'm not concerned about the storm coming off of Africa. I mean, you never know, but right now I'm not concerned about it. And I just want to change gears for a little bit, just for a couple minutes, and check out some earthquake activity around the world, around the United States, because there's been some activity in the Yellowstone area, but looks like that died down. Nothing much seems to be going on. Okay, let's go back to hurricanes now. Normal geothermal activity earthquake, and a little swarm in the near Long Valley. Actually, so this is the Long Valley caldera right here. That one was in Long Valley, so. Alright, let's go back to where we were before looking at hurricanes. So, analysis E-track seems the most likely scenario now. I will not be staying up to 2 a.m. because I have work tomorrow in the morning, so I'll be going to bed around 1. So I'll stay up for the GFS, and then I'm going to have to go to bed. You know, if the pressure keeps going down, it's going to get stronger. Yes, tropical storm force winds are likely in Broward, Miami, and Brevard counties, as it will come close to the coast. Northerly winds, you'll have strong northerly winds and some rain. You will have strong northerly winds. There's Dorian right there. Only one model actually brings it into New York, but all the others are primarily out to sea, guys. So let's compare this with the 12Z. It's about the same. Let's look at ensembles. The scariest run appears to be ensemble member 10, which is the only one that actually brings it up to the northeast. All the others are out to sea, so only number 10 is potentially scary. Number 10. And this is extremely unlikely, so this is very likely, guys. Let's look at ensemble member 10. Close call. No landfall, just a close call with a lot of rain. But it does skirt the Cape, so that's going to be a little scary. Let's look at 12Z. So the closest pass for ensemble member 10, for the 12Z is number 18 is the closest. Everything else is off the coast. Well, actually, yeah, number 18 is the closest. Yeah. Some might say up to 130 to watch the ensembles. Look, the GFS is already coming in. And that's a storm that's supposed to kick this system out to sea. And let's see what it looks like on the 18Z. So let's look on the GFS here. Regions contiguous to the United States, so basically lower 48. It's already heading north. Let's look at lower dynamics, MSLP anomaly. Let's compare this run to last run. Alrighty. So it's a little stronger high, but yep. Very likely to go out to sea. Almost like absolutely likely. In fact, we're in a very strong area of high pressure right now. Actually, I'm going to go check my barometer in a second. I'm just going to go check my room for a sec. I think it's going to be in very dry conditions, or very fair, like fair between fair and very dry. Because we are in the, right now in the 1020s. That's very high. I'll be right back in a sec. Okay, guys, you're not gonna believe this, but my barometer went missing. I always kept it on my desk all the time, and it went missing. This is why I hate living with roommates, guys. My barometer went missing. Yeah, somebody took. I don't know if somebody stole my barometer or if I just misplaced it, but. Yeah, so guys, I lost my barometer. What a shame. Hold on, let me see that again. Yeah, Dorian is definitely going out to sea. So right after this, see? It's almost certain that Dorian will go out to sea. It seems like it's going north, and then right there it turns northeast, right here, because of this cold front. By hour 96, it will make a sharp turn northeast. Yeah, it's almost a guarantee Dorian's going to go out to sea. You see how the high pressure system is here? Dorian will have to basically do something like this, go out to sea. basically the strongest winds will be in the squalls, but you'll have sustained winds of 30 to 40 miles an hour. See, already up to hour 93. So by hour 90, it's going to start heading out to sea, guys. Boom, see, it's already starting to head out. It's already starting to make that turn out. See right here. See right here, it's starting to already head out to sea. Because of this cold front. Yeah, Dorian's definitely going to make a sharp turn out to sea. See, it's already going out. Let's see the... Yep. It's basically paralleling the coast, just like that. Because of this storm right here. Yeah, funny thing is, it almost seems like it wants to go northeast. So let me go to hour 99 and compare this here. There's no reason why it... Basically, it's going to go something like that. Trust me when I say this. Dorian will head out to sea. Like, there's no doubt that it will not go out to sea. See this path right here between here and over here? It will follow this path out. See how it's... I think it's going to do something like this. Let me compare this to the last run. 108. Yeah, it's going northeast and then heads out. Heading northeast, northeast, northeast. Wow, okay, it's still heading and paralleling the coast. And that high is starting to close in. Okay, that's getting a little concerning now. Looks very similar to the last run. Yeah, Dorian will head out to sea. You see this right here? See these northeast winds here? Dorian will basically skirt the coast and then head out. And there's no other way for Dorian. I mean, this is the path out for Dorian right over here. Even though it seems like it's trying to go up the coast, even though it seems like it wants to take this track, it will not. It will head out, guys. So just... It's not going to go north. It's going to go northeast. Because it has to follow a path out to sea. See, right here, it's already starting. Let me show you what I mean. See, it's heading northeast, and then... the track it's taking is something like this. It may come a little close, but it's primarily will head out. This may be a bit of a nail biter, guys. See how this... I'm getting a little nervous watching this run. Let's look at the our 500 millibars. Can you see this here? Yeah, this is what will keep Dorian out to sea. Yeah. There's only one way out for Dorian. It's gonna go out to sea, guys. Yep. It's gonna have to make that eastward turn because of this here. Yeah, so it's gonna basically skirt like this and then head out. Yep. Parallel the coast. Alright. Looks like I read the... Okay, I read the models right. It's good. But it is, this model has it over North Carolina, so look at that. See, it's paralleling the coast. Let's see here. So basically, moving northeast. So the center will probably be around here. I mean, some of the rain may come into New York City, so New York City might get some rain from this storm, but that's it. I'm not expecting this to be a big event for the coast. So it's going to skirt the coast and then, well, actually head out like this. I mean, if it trends a little closer to the coast, this could be a concern. Oh, the icon model is always shunting it to the west. I don't know why this is actually... Yep. It's making that eastward jog. Right here. It's already starting to make that eastward turn. And look, New York City's getting rain from this storm. Just a little bit, so it looks like there will be some effects for the coast from this storm. Of mainly gusts maybe 20 to 30 miles an hour. I mean, there is a chance it could end up going a little further to the west, but basically I'm expecting it to be around here out to sea. Oh, the heck with it. I'm going to stay up until 3 a.m. because watching the models is very important. And look at that. Parts of southern New Jersey might be getting winds up to 50 miles an hour. Or gusts at 925 millibars to 50 miles an hour. So, a little exciting. And it looks like this model takes it a little bit closer. That could end up being a trend, guys. But it is heading at northeast. It is heading out to sea. as I expected. So now we will just have to wait for the euro and the Canadian to come in. Regions, Con US. Let's go to 12Z Saturday now. Click the yeah, the icon model always has it further to the west. Actually, icon does not have landfall in South Florida. Icon has landfall in Central Florida. See? Even the icon takes it out to sea. See? Has that eastward push right about here. See that? So let's look at GFS legacy now. Let's put the GFS at hour 96. Alrighty. Let's compare just the GFS legacy. See, GFS legacy category 5 right off the coast of North Carolina. But the thing is, the GFS legacy keeps it out to sea. Oh, damn, that's a category 5. Actually, I think the GFS legacy may be more accurate, guys. If the GFS is onto something and it ends up going up the coast, this could be like a Floyd type scenario. Let's look at what. Looks like the edge of the heavy rain will probably hit eastern Long Island. Yeah. See, you shouldn't get too much from this. Maybe a quarter of an inch or half an inch. And then, as I said, it heads northeast. So, if the storm is a little quicker to move, it could head a little further up the coast, or maybe even out to sea, because the front may be quicker to push it out. The difference with this run and the last run is, let's look around here. See, the front is a little bit further to the north here. Oh, come on with these ads. Yep, the Canadian just came in, guys. Yes, Dennis, you're correct. Basically, the further west it goes without stalling, the more Florida will be affected. Yes. And I would really appreciate if there's going to be. Oh, great! Hold on. Let me fix that there. Make sure it's running. I'm having issues right now. Yeah, I just had some technical issues I just fixed. Alrighty. So where we were again? Let's see. Alrighty. So high is a little bit further to the south. Oh, south. A little bit further to the south. Alrighty. Let's check CNN right now to see what's up. And oh wow. Yeah, it's not good. Let's see. Yeah, it's horrible. Enough is enough, guys. We need to end gun violence. Yeah, guys, this is just really sad. You know, first we have this to worry about, and now another mass shooting. When will it end, guys? Alrighty, so let's look at infrared satellite now again. It's moving pretty fast, guys. I mean, it's screaming right towards Great Abaco, Great Abaco and Grand Bahama. So it's moving a little faster than expected too. So if it doesn't stall and just, I mean, it's gonna stall here because right now the models are saying it's gonna be moving, but then I really hope it makes that north turn soon. I don't want another tragedy in Florida, guys. Ran into Canada. My God, Nova Scotia's going to get slammed by this storm. Let's see what the Euro's saying. I just want to look at the Euro again. Yep, going out to sea, guys, according to the Euro. Oh my God, the Canadian takes him to Florida. No, 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 no. Wait, does it take him to Florida? Oh God, of course the Canadian always takes him to Florida. Yeah, the Canadian takes him to Florida. Well, okay. Let's see in a little bit. Look at the rainfall here in the Bahamas. 33 inches of rain. My God. Jeez. No wobbling. Doesn't stall in the high pressure boat. Yep. Well, the reason some of the models had it dipping into Brevard is because part of the high pressure system dipped southward, and the models had Dorian basically try to ride that the ridge of the high pressure further down. looks like an HWRF. Well, this is the 18Z. Of course, 18Z takes it into Florida, so well, actually. Nope. Wait, does 18Z? Yep, 18Z takes it to Florida, just around the Daytona, near Daytona Beach. Over the 12Z, let's see what the 12Z does. He actually has it going up the coast. Alright guys, I'm going to be taking a bit of a break right now. Actually, no. I'm not. I'll be streaming the whole time. This is extremely important. Plus the new guidance has it going up and off the coast. The new GFS has it basically doing something like this. Yep. Oh, and the new model has it much weaker. The new model has a storm further south and this cold front or system weaker. Let's see what the model's going to have it do. Probably will still go off the coast. Alrighty. Let's see. Alrighty. So similar. It's pretty similar here. It looks like it is going to go out to sea then. storm is a lot further north here. Alrighty, so yep, now trends going further west. This is getting a little concerning, guys. Let's check any volcano news. Probably just gonna be Stromboli. You know, it has had a pretty significant eruption. We're gonna watch for more explosions in the Stromboli volcano. Let's read why. Scientists are keeping close watch for more spectacular explosions of lava and ash from Stromboli volcano, which appears to be in its most active phase in around 100 years. Wow. Volcanologists at Italy's National Geophysics Institute said flaming lava continued flowing on Friday down an uninhabited slope of the tiny island and into the Mediterranean Sea north of Sicily. Experts say the last time the volcano was so lively was in the first decades of the 20th century. So this has happened before. It's nothing crazy, but it hasn't done this in a pretty long time. I'm just doing this while the model loads, just because, you know, volcanoes are also interesting. They affect weather patterns around the world. So the latest phase of highly explosive activity began in early July, killing a hiker. Earlier this week, there were several spectacular explosions of ash and fiery lava stones. Some tourists fled Stromboli, which has some 400 full-time residents. But dozens more tourists have arrived for long scheduled holidays. Ferries and hydrofoils are still running. So, volcano super eruption. Of course, the Daily Express always hypes everything. Yeah. You know, if you want volcano information, never ever rely on the Daily Express. They hype everything. Yes, Irma was actually supposed to be go up Florida, basically. Yeah, it was supposed to go up the eastern part of Florida, and it ended up going into the Gulf because it stalled over Cuba. And the fact that it's supposed to stall over the Bahamas is pretty unnerving and concerning, guys. Because here's the thing: this model is showing it going into Florida. That's the Canadian, which isn't the most reliable model. But the fact that it's showing it going into Florida is very concerning. It has it going up Florida, like really just up the Florida coast. And then it's also showing a weaker cold front. And the fact that it's showing a weaker cold front, here it's showing a really strong one. Here it's showing a weaker one. The fact that it's showing a weaker cold front doesn't mean anything. It's still going to go out to sea. Why? Mostly because the fact that the cold front's weaker just means that it could actually be more... the amplitude may actually be stronger or weaker amplitude, which means it could shove it further out to sea. But because it's further to the south, there is a slight chance that Dorian could miss this cold front, but it's very unlikely. It's 999, and this one is 1,001 millibars, so... yeah, this is going to take a while, so... Well, Randos, I mean, it's not impossible. So if this storm does slam into West Palm Beach, it will be a disaster. But keep in mind, there is a little pool of cooler waters that goes on the Florida coast. So if it stalls, it'll upwell cooler water and kind of weaken itself. So it'll probably hit around as a Category 3 strength, which this model actually shows. It shows a landfall as a Category 2, Category 3 hurricane. Because when a storm stalls, it upwells cold water. See, 964. That's a borderline 2 and 3. Oh my god, look at this. This is showing going inland into Georgia. Oh my god. This is insane, guys. Totally freaking insane. Like this, as it completely doing different from what the other models are showing. I mean, it's still probably going to go out to sea eventually, but over Georgia, wow, that's like the fact that the Canadians showing it all the way here. I've got to see what the Euro is going to do now. I mean, the Euro is saying it's going to go up like this and then go out to sea. Oh, yeah. We might actually get a surprise with tonight's Euro run. Or maybe not. It may be very similar, but the storm potentially stalling, a lot of things can change. Like where it makes landfall, whether it makes landfall or not. There's just so much up in the air right now, guys. Yeah, it is really unpredictable, Dennis. You're absolutely right. This is basically a very hard hurricane to track. This is a meteorological nightmare. This is a nightmare for meteorologists. This storm is a meteorologist's worst nightmare. Not knowing when the storm is going to go, what it's going to do. You just got to sit and guess what it's going to do. You got to be basically smarter than the hurricane and guess where it's going to go before it goes somewhere. You got to be basically one up over the hurricane. You got to know the path the models are taking. I mean, not the models, but the way the air currents are moving, and then you got to model those air currents. And if just 1 0 is off, if say a balloon is launched and just one thing is off, the whole track is off. I mean, it's a Randos. To answer your question, is it possible they could go outside the cone into South Florida? To answer that question right now, it's very unlikely. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's very unlikely. Right now, there's just too much right now that are trying to cause the storm to go north instead of southwest. Like, looking at the current NAM, which was hinting it's going to go into Florida for the past several days, the latest NAM guidance is now hinting that it's actually going to go north. So most likely, this NAM may actually hint, it may just do something like that. Lower dynamics and MSLP anomaly. Alrighty, let's look at Icon now. Oh wait, I already saw Icon. Alrighty, let's look at JMA. Holy crap, guys. JMA basically stalls and tries to bring it into Florida. And just like yesterday's JMA, it basically goes north and east and then north again. It's basically zigzags. So here's what it does here. Northwest, stalls, stalls. Look how long it stalls it for. In the same exact position for 24 hours. Like, the JMA was really funny. And then, look, out to sea and then makes that little north turn. Like, yeah. Yeah, let's go to Meteor Center and look at CMC. I mean, the UK map. Alrighty. I'll have to see again also. Six. It's also out to sea. Now let's look at the Canadian. It's gonna make that northeast turn, east turn. Yep. Of course, it makes that east turn because of that cold front here. Lower dynamics, MSLP anomaly. And the high will try to basically build in and kind of force it to go further inland, but unlikely. Oh. A lot can still happen with this storm. Yes, it is. I believe Sunday or 2 or 5 should be a clear prediction. Yes, tomorrow should be a better predict. We should wait after it stalls first, so let's wait until maybe Monday or Tuesday. Let's wait until Monday. I think a good indication should be on Monday or Tuesday on whether the storm will stall or not. Now let's look at the and the GEFS, and it's just started to come in. Alright, that's going to take a few minutes to upload. So I got volcano discovery news. See, Nevada is this Chilean volcano. Let's see how often that erupts. Alrighty. This eruption, yeah, it always erupts. Alright. Watch it hit us with the UNO reverse UNO reverse card. Yeah, that'll be crazy. How come they haven't up? The reason they haven't updated to a category 5 is because I guess they don't want to stir panic, but my theory is because maybe because in sustained winds it hasn't reached strong enough. Let's go to aircraft reconnaissance. I think they just finished our last mission. So let's see. Yep, they just did a flyby right into the storm. Alrighty. Pressures are down to, let's see this. Oh wow, they're in the 930s. Yeah, they definitely hit the eye. Look at that. Dead winds, dead calm. You see that white arrow there? Oh, that is dead calm winds. And that pressure, let's see, is under 940 millibars. Of course, that's the weaker side of the eye wall, so about 100, let's say about 120 knots. But that's the weaker side. And that's 120 knots. Let's see. 120 knots is about 138 miles an hour. And usually the other side has a stronger winds of about 140 knots, which would mean that this is now a category 5. So these are category 4 winds here. The hurricane force winds already began when the pressure was already in the 990s. So there's the eye, already 26.3 degrees north and around between 74 and 75 degrees west. So headed right into the eye right now. Looks like it's did a slight northwest jog there, but it's heading right towards Great Abaco. Oh, 930s, not 930, but 930s, between 9. Based on what I'm seeing here, I would say pressures are going to be definitely in the 930s. There's no doubt about that. Maybe 934, 935 millibars. Between 930 and 935 millibars. I see that time was 4:36, already 10 minutes past. Let's go up to hour 120. Alrighty. Yeah, this is a very strong storm, guys. This is by far one of the strongest storms I've seen. I mean, this is the strongest since Michael. Oh, wow. What is that there? Hold on. I just saw something on the... Hold on. What does purple mean? Hurricane watch. They issued hurricane watches for the coastal area. Tropical storm hurricane watch. There's already a hurricane watch for the coastal waters. Hurricane conditions possible. So, north winds, this is for way off the coast. So this is not for the immediate coastal waters. This is for 20 nautical miles out. Major Hurricane Dorian will move steadily westward, reaching the northwest Bahamas early Monday. A gradual turn to the northwest and north is expected thereafter. Boating conditions will rapidly deteriorate and become potentially life-threatening well ahead of Dorian over the adjacent Atlantic waters tonight and Sunday, as large swells precede an increase in winds. All marine interests in East Central Florida are strongly urged to monitor the latest forecast updates on Dorian issued by the National Hurricane Center. Gulf Stream hazards. Seas building 7 to 10 feet. The approximate location of the west wall of the Gulf Stream, based on the real-time ocean forecast system as of Friday, August 30th. 45 nautical miles east of Ponce Inlet, 32 nautical miles east of Port Canaveral, and 27 nautical miles east of Sebastian Inlet, also 20 nautical miles east of Fort Pierce Inlet, and 15 nautical miles east of St. Lucie Inlet. Oh yeah, that's for the northern areas. Wow, hurricane conditions possible from Sunday night through Wednesday night. You see this here? Hurricane conditions possible. Oh my God. This is incredible because it's going to stall. I mean, it doesn't mean there's going to be hurricane conditions all the time, and that location, it's possible. Monday, hurricane conditions possible. North winds of 40 to 45 knots, becoming 40 to 50 knots in the afternoon. Gusts to 65 knots, increasing to 70 knots in the afternoon. That's hurricane force. Seas 23 feet, building to 33 feet in the afternoon. Showers and light and slight chance of thunderstorms. Monday night, hurricane conditions possible. North winds of 50 to 60 knots, with gusts to around 80 knots, increasing to 60 to 70 knots with gusts to around 95 knots after midnight. Seas 30 feet, building to 35 feet after midnight. Showers and slight chance of thunderstorms. Incredible. 95 knots is about 110 miles per hour. Yeah, definitely. That's a pretty good call for this hurricane season. I definitely agree with that. Alrighty. And they found winds. Let's see where the pressure was. Oh wow, they actually flew around in the hurricane. They did some loops in the eye. Looks like they did this. And let's look at the GFS now. Yeah, looks like there's going to be a centering here. Look at that. Oh, further north here, so. Since many model are going. Yep, I agree with you. I think they may have to issue a hurricane watch for Fort Lauderdale and Miami, or north of Miami, for Fort Lauderdale through Jacksonville. And all along the Carolina coast, they'll have to issue a hurricane watch. Maybe even tropical storm watches eventually for the mid-Atlantic. I'm not too concerned for New York because Alrighty, let's see here. Let's go to coastal waters. Oh look, they're issuing a special marine warning here. And it's for West Palm Beach. And it's probably for water spouts. What? Ah, there we go. Special marine warning. Wind 34 knots and greater, 34 knots or greater. Strong showers and bad thunderstorms were located along the extending from at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Strong showers and embedded thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 20 nautical miles east of Juno Beach to North Palm Beach, moving west at 10 to 15 knots. Let's see if those are thunderstorms by looking up the lightning maps. Alrighty, let's check. Thunderstorms or not? Nope, there's not one flash of lightning. Nothing. This could be related to the hurricane, but look, there's not much electrical activity, guys. That could be the eye wall there. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. I'm actually 28, guys, so wow, you're 15? That's cool. I mean, I started following models back in the early 2000s when I was only 13 years old. Back in 04, 05 is when I started looking at computer models, and I was only 13 at the time. And it was through Weather Underground. They used to have a page for computer models. And when I mean models, I mean like whether like you could actually move the like this. They had a computer model page, and I showed it to the director of the Blue Hills Observatory, Charles Orloff, amazing guy, and he showed me this site. I will never forget that. He showed me this site back in 2010. Actually, yeah, it was January of 2010, I believe, when he showed me this site. It was December of 2009 or January of 2010. And when Hurricane Sandy started threatening the East Coast, I actually made a video with this site. You know, before it had all these features. I mean, all the sections were in the same location, but you didn't have NamNest or HRRR. It was much different. In fact, fact, if you want to... Let's go to YouTube. I'm just gonna... So my channel, videos. Let's go all the way down. Just scroll, 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 scrolling. Like, this is gonna take a while. I want to show you how I forecasted Hurricane Sandy. There's this video titled Weird Weather. This is actually something really cool that happened. Basically, there was it was raining outside at ground level, but higher up there was...
The top of that building is shrouded in what looks like clouds. That is actually snow. I'm looking down towards the...
And actually, well, this video was not uploaded in September. This happened actually in February.
World Trade Center. Same thing. Can't see the top of the building. Here at ground level it's raining, but go up about 1,200 feet, it's all snow. The clouds are around several thousand feet up. The ceiling is very high today. It's about 3,000 feet. Tops of those buildings, which are around at 2,000, about 1,400 feet, you're not able to see them. That's because it's snowing at around 2,000.
Later that day, it actually started snowing. As the snow line came crashing down. But that's the thing. Yeah, this is... Yeah, this is actually on Weather Underground.
Looks like we're gonna have a pretty big snowstorm
This wonder map right here.
for New York City. I will show you what I mean. Let's go to 57 hours out. Big storm off the coast. Let's check the MSL. Rain snow line. Right here. So we're gonna be dealing with temperatures cold enough for snow in New York City. 60. Heavy precipitation. 63. Moderate to heavy precipitation. This is a 3 hour, this is 6 hours cumulative. Rain snow line east in New York City. Let's go to 72 hours out. Still heavy precipitation around New York City. Let's go 12 hours later. Still precipitation. Another 12 hours later. It's just ending now.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of snow from that storm, but anyway. Where's Hurricane Sandy forecast? Right here.
A hurricane is coming towards New York
Oh yeah, it was RAP, NAM, GFS, European, and UK Met. That's all that
City.
was there.
Based on this model. I'm not saying this is going to happen, because I don't guarantee that this exact model is going to happen. This is the US GFS, a Global Forecast Service.
It's actually global forecast.
Here is the hurricane. Hurricane Sandy computer model. Here is 84 hours out, 90, 96, 102, 108, 1420. New York City, just for reference, is right here. Here's a hurricane coming in. It's now coming in. It's now going from an unusual direction from southeast to northwest. And if you go really close in, you could even see 943 millibars. Unbelievable. I mean, the water is cool here. So this time we'll be progressing from a tropical to an extra tropical low. New York City, if this happens, is in so much trouble. First, we'll have very, very, very strong northerly winds. 60, 70, even 80 miles an hour. And now, if this indeed happens,
New York City is in the eye of the hurricane, or the eye of the extratropical hurricane. 945 millibars. This is not the center yet. The center could be 942 for all I know. But based on this model, New York City is in some extreme danger. The dark greens, that's the temperature. Around 50 degrees. New York City's temperature should be...
Yeah, I uploaded this on the day of Hurricane Sandy. Anyway, let's go back to... basically, there was a high pressure system to the north. Wow. That's a fifth. Wait, okay, let's see now. Aircraft reconnaissance, let's update it. Is it a category 5? No, it's not a category. Well, strong cat 4. Flight level winds are definitely category 5, but it's not really showing surface, but I would not be surprised if it shows some category 5 winds in there. Still waiting for the Euro to come in. I'm gonna take a couple minutes break, guys. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna leave the satellite loop on. I'm not ending the stream because I'll be back in about 30 minutes. I just have to do some things. Gotta prepare for tomorrow. I have work, so I've gotta set up my clothes. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. So don't leave me, guys. Just look at the loop of the satellite. It's gonna, a couple times it's gonna start like loading as a new run comes in. I'll be back around 1:30. Alrighty, I'm back. Yep, I'm back now. Alrighty. Let's look at Hurricane Hunters. Let me try that again. Yep, finished. So they just finished their mission. Actually, no, in Storm. Oh wow, it's down to 935 millibars now. Holy moly. $934 millibars. Yeah, this is gonna become a 5, guys. This is definitely gonna become a category 5. No doubt. Now let's look at the euro. Alrighty. So just for a moment, while the euro is loading, let's look at Magma Indonesia. Look at the seismograms there. Nothing unusual. That's just because of pumice mining here. Pumice mining, and recalibrations here. In fact, if you look closely, you can see recalibration here, recalibration here. So that's a calibration wave. Calibration wave, calibration wave, again, calibration waves. That looks a little interesting right there. That could be an eruption. Let's see if there's anything from Cinnabung. Channel Superstorm, never heard of that.
I don't like the look of that.
Just a rain cloud?
When a massive storm strikes the city,
We need a cleanup crew and a dive team now.
Okay, I'll get there as soon as I can.
Seattle discovers
Some kind of chemical reaction is going on.
that the forces of nature
An engineered storm.
A superstorm.
are not natural at all.
It turns the elements against us.
This is a biological weapon of mass destruction.
Now,
Citywide evacuation continues, but under severe conditions.
a family trapped in the eye of the storm must fight back together before time runs out.
This entire region will be destroyed within hours.
Mar Vista Entertainment presents Esai Morales, Anna Grauer, Jared Abramson, Mackenzie Porter.
This place is gonna turn into a war zone in no time.
In a thrilling battle
The difference between success and failure is thinking the impossible is possible.
to save the world.
You stick together, you keep your heads down, and please don't do anything stupid.
I want everything that we have pointed at the air.
Target locked.
Seattle Superstorm.
That was on the sci-fi. Oh, nice. It's pretty cool. So let's look again. Gamma Llama. Oh wow. Some swarming. Definitely some low frequency events. This is pretty scary looking at this here, guys. There's numerous low frequency events, and Gamma Llama does erupt. It is a stratovolcano that's been having history of eruption, so the fact you're seeing this kind of activity is very unnerving. But beside that, everything seems normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. Update that. Yep. Now let's look at Great Abaco Island is going to be devastated by this storm. Absolutely devastated, guys. This is going to be an unprecedented disaster for them. Oh God. Let's see. Looks like it updated to hour 24. Holy crap. Yep, looks like it is going to go a little further west. It may end up going into Florida. Holy crap, guys. Hope not. Yep, but it's going to go right over Great Abaco. That's really close. So let's see. Okay, no update yet. But there's some hurricane force winds in there, guys. Well, 25 days spotless activity. That's pretty impressive, guys. Alrighty. Oh, wow, that's a close call. That's a potentially hazardous asteroid, Neo-PHA. It's bigger than 100 meters. The Neo-PHA, potentially hazardous asteroid. Really intense lightning storm over Sardinia. Just off the coast. And there it's about like 6 a.m. in the morning. Actually, no, 7 a.m. That is a volcano. And that's Stromboli. And that's where the pyroclastic flow went down. See? Schiara del Fuoco. See the crater? If a pyroclastic flow ever went down here, this island would be devastated. This island is tiny. If it was a big explosion, it would destroy the whole place. Pantelleria. See, that's a volcano. Oh my god, it's going even closer to Florida. Yeah, this is getting really scary now. Geology. Calderas. Between 2 million and 11,000 years ago. The oldest of the two formed about 114,000 years ago, and the younger Quinque caldera formed about 45,000 years ago. Oh wow. The eruption that formed the Quinque Denti caldera produced a distinctive green tuff deposit that covers much of the island and is found across the Mediterranean. Currently, the island is subsiding and Montaga Grande is slowly sinking. This is thought to be caused by the magma beneath the volcano cooling and degassing. There are numerous hot springs and fumaroles on the island due to an active hydrothermal system. Fumaroles. So there are active hot springs and fumaroles on the island due to an active hydrothermal system, which means it's still volcanically active. Favara Grande in the southeast of the island is one of the best examples. The island is releasing a small amount of CO2 through passive gassing. That's one of the calderas. Alrighty. So that's a volcanic island. Hasn't erupted in over 100 years. In fact, the last erupted in 1888 to 1890. So, the fact it hasn't erupted in such a long time means it can have a very explosive eruption. So that's a grand crater, basically. Grand cratere means it's a grand crater. And you see, it's always degassing. It's always releasing gases, which means it's always active. See, that's you can actually see that sulfur right there. Big deal. Anyway. Oh, look at that. Now it's going up the coast. Alrighty, let's see what's going to happen now. Yep. Since let me lower that. Oh great, not again. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yep. And as it's slowly moving north of the Bahamas, and then it's going to basically go off the coast. So while I'm waiting, let's look at some more volcanic stuff. There's some more emissions here. When it says Mars, it's gonna be the god, not the. Yep. The Euro has a little further westward, which has me very concerned because this will put some, possibly some hurricane force winds right up to the coast. Oh wow, this mission already finished. Looks like there was a small scale eruption here, guys. Yep. Looks like Cinnabung had a little bit of an eruption. I mean, this is not today. Let's go to Volcano YT. Nothing much going on, alright. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that 937 right there. Incredible. It's a little bit further to the south. And you see that cold front right here? And I do see that northeast turn happening, so let's see. You see this stream here basically? It will basically force Dorian to take this path out to sea. And I don't think this and I don't think Dorian will have any way. It will have to go out to sea. There's no other way for this storm. I mean, this will force Dorian to go out to sea like this. So around hour 120, or 120 for us. Well, it should be about somewhere like in South Carolina. I'm gonna imagine it's gonna be somewhere over here. So it's gonna be next and then here at hour 144. Basically meaning it could go around Bermuda High and still aim straight for Florida. Johnny, it's not gonna hit Florida. I mean, not directly. It's gonna come very close. And that's gonna be a little scary, but it's not gonna make landfall. Not based on what I'm thinking now. In fact, looking at HWRF now, this is the current run. It's definitely gonna make landfall on Great Abaco. And then, this is where it's going to get really tricky. You see, it's going to make a northward jog. And it's going to turn northwest. And I think it's going to make landfall in northern Florida, not... Yeah, that looks a little weird, but that's definitely a possibility. If that happens, oh, Jacksonville's screwed, and I have family living down in Jacksonville. Yeah. Can we see? Yes, it's a possibility of seeing hurricane force winds in Broward now. Now that the track is a little bit further to the west, because this storm is really moving. I mean, it's really moving fast. So a Florida landfall now does not seem so impossible now, and that's what's really concerning me. This looks like little wall vortices there.
Ashton was a high-level athlete. She was, even at 5. And in an instant, your world flips. And your healthy 5-year-old competitive cheerleader.
Aloha, everyone. Welcome to the Halima'uma'u Crater Pond update for August 29th, 2019. I would like to take a moment to say a special aloha to all the new subscribers who have joined our channel community over the last few weeks. In this news update, I will be discussing the latest information released as of August 27th by the USGS on the Halima'u Summit crater pond that has formed on the Mauna. This update will cover the time period between August 22nd and August 27th.
Let's look at the new model. Still 96. Oh, look at that. Going northeast out to sea. Oh. Oh. That does not look good. I don't see that cold front signature anymore. And this high looks much stronger. Oh. Yikes. Looks like... I'm not sure if it wants to go out to sea. I mean, it might try to, because... Let's go to regions and go to North Atlantic. You see this high pressure system here? Okay. Let's see here. You see this right here? You see this cold front? That's going to try to shift it out to sea. Much weaker. Yeah, this is going to be a problem, guys. Yep. Problem. Oh man, I'm getting nervous now looking at this model. Is it going to go out to sea or is it going to go northeast? I'm going to compare this to the GFS. Yeah, the GFS had a way out. Why did it have a way out? Because of this. But the Euro, guys, does not really have a way out now. And 1,022 millibar high? Holy crap. This storm is either going to try to go up and stall or head out east. Whew, yeah. The last run had the new idea. Things are going to change. Yep. Oh man, things are going to change now. Let's go back to watching that video. Where were we? Yeah, that video.
The examination of the potential new lake yielded no significant changes in notability. However,
those are fumaroles here. A lot of sulfur. Damn, look at all that sulfur. And there used to be a lava lake here too. So from a lava lake to a water lake.
It does seem to appear that the water level proceeds to increase slowly. USGS also estimated that the pond was approximately 230 feet or 70 meters long at the time. This wide-angle image, taken during the helicopter overflight, reveals the deepest part of the Kilauea caldera and the lower flanks of the Mauna Loa volcano in the background. The following image is a closer aerial composition showing the developing pond at the floor of the summit crater. For August 23rd and the 24th, there seems to be no data released from the USGS on the phenomenon occurring in the caldera crater. However, on August 25th, the USGS did release some more information and photographs. Based on observations, the water on the bottom of the crater floor seems to be continuing to expand and deepen. Take a peek at this photo comparison between the 23rd and 25th of August. If we look at the rocks at the water line, positioned at the bottom of the left image, and compare it to the same location in the right image, in 2 days, we see those rocks vanish beneath the surface of the...
And this color is actually not because of algae, but actually because of sulfur.
The milky green water. We can also observe the same demonstration by making the comparison of the rocks located at the top of the green water. We can also observe the same demonstration beneath the surface of the milky green water. In 2 days, we see those rocks vanish beneath the surface of the milky green water. We can also observe the same demonstration by making the comparison of the rocks located at the top of the image as well. I want to note, the USGS states there was no visible bubbles witnessed on the surface of the pond during the August 25th observations. That seems to indicate that there were bubbles on the surface during the August 23rd observations. However, I want to point out that the USGS does not state if there was or was not any surface agitation on the 23rd in their information. Finally, the white line in the photographs is for scale reference and indicates the marker for plus minus 10 meters or 32.8 feet. Before I continue with August 26th, I would like to
I still think that the storm will end up going out to sea because of this here. It may try to not go out to sea, but I think the only way for the storm is to go out to sea. See right here, like it's gonna have to go out to sea. Or maybe not. This is getting really scary now. Let's go back to Northeast US. Or, not Northeast US, but regions continental or contiguous United States. Alrighty, let's see here. There's a high pressure system here which normally would actually prevent the storm from going out to sea. And even with this here, yeah, this actually may close the storm from going out to sea, and this may end up riding up the coast and maybe even stalling. This is getting really tricky now. Guys, this is getting really tricky to forecast.
remind everyone watching for notifications.
Let's watch Ben Furiello. I really like his channel. He's been talking about he's a seismologist, an amateur seismologist, and let's see what he wrote.
Hey there once again, YouTube. So, right now we are not seeing much of anything reported for the Yellowstone area. It is the weekend, so they might be a little late on it. However, about a day and a half ago, remember, we did see an earthquake swarm, August 29, 2019, which was the largest rapid-fire swarm to strike Yellowstone caldera since the December 31st, 2018 earthquake swarm. And I do have my post up about this. I will leave a link to this in the description box below. I show the location of the earthquakes in relation to the East Mount Sheridan fault system, which I believe it is somewhat related to. Remember, fault systems can act as weak points for either magma or magmatically derived fluids as well. And I came to the conclusion that this rapid-fire swarm was likely caused by magmatic fluid migration along the fault structure from below to above it, therefore causing hundreds of micro-failures along the faults, causing these earthquakes. So it wasn't just a tectonic event, guys. It wasn't, plus rapid-fire swarms like this are usually associated with fluid migration, especially at Yellowstone, where it has a very dynamic and very large hydrothermal system and magma system as well. Now again, this was about a day and a half ago. This is the rapid-fire swarm. If you saw my Facebook post about this earthquake swarm, I did say in the next, from 24 to 48 hours from this, we could see another burst of seismicity equal to this, or maybe a little bit smaller, who knows, maybe even a little bit larger. And we did see that today, actually. We did see another burst of seismicity, basically in the same location. This is today, just a few hours ago. Right now it's 10:26 a.m. Pacific time. Let's see, what's the amplitude count on this one?
Slow.
Now, it's not good to completely go off
Yep, let's go. It's probably going to be here. Yep. Riding northeast. You know, the funny thing is that high pressure system really is moving fast, so. This is what doesn't make sense. You see a high pressure system here. So it should not be going out to sea. In fact, it should actually be going more up. So, yeah, it's a little. It's a little hard to make sense, guys. So. Almost in the same exact position, but a stronger system. Let's look at NavGem. Okay, I'm gonna be going to bed now, guys. Thank you all for watching and good night. Well, they should put up shutters. And also, it's time for me to go to bed. Thank you all for watching and good night. North Broward County should have gusts of 60 to 80 miles an hour now. So yeah, I would put up shutters. Just, yeah, you guys, Brandeis, you need to put up shutters just to be safe. Because there are going to be some pretty powerful gusts. Thank you all for watching and good night.